mostly on the weekends, and sometimes to schools and youth groups or youth events during the week. And what we do is we present the message of Jesus through a different way, and our way is drama. So we're just going to go down the line and introduce ourselves. My name is Jared Hoffmeyer. I am a senior exercise science pre-physical therapy major, and I'm from Canton.
I'm Becca Hoffmeyer. I'm a senior biology pre-med major from Canton.
I'm Dave Carmody. I'm a sophomore communication arts major, and I'm from Huntington, Ohio.
My name is Alexis McCullough, and I am a senior visual arts major with a minor in communications, and I'm from Newark, Ohio.
My name is Hannah Morgan. I'm a sophomore art major with a minor in psychology, and I'm from Rootstown, Ohio.
My name is Julian Law. I am a senior Bible and theology major with a minor in biblical languages, and I am from Caldwell, Ohio. Today we're going to present a drama. In the past, the dramas in this group have, on occasion, proven offensive to some viewers. We understand that not everyone who walks through the doors of this building shares the same beliefs and values as those on stage. Therefore, I have taken it upon myself to act as the political and social conscience of the chancel players. We are now pleased to present to you a drama that will in no way offend anyone, anywhere, or any reason.
Once upon a time, there was a girl.
Stop! Stop skipping there! You can't say that!
Say what?
Once upon a time, there was a girl. What is that? Prejudice, Doc?
What do you mean, prejudice?
You called her a girl.
She is a girl.
Stop it! You're putting a label on her. She is more than just a girl. You call her a girl and people think, oh, she is helpless. She's a girl. She's bad.
They do?
You have to get this caveman speak out of your vocabulary. She is a unique and beautiful being existing in her own space and time, fully capable of doing whatever she chooses and living whatever lifestyle she deems right for her.
But she's still a girl.
Stop it!
Fine. What do I call her then?
By whatever name she chooses.
I'm feeling like a Joan.
Joan will be fine. Proceed, bigot.
Once upon a time, there was a person named Joan. And Joan was very sad.
Stop! You can't say that!
I can't say she's sad.
No! Why not? Because you're judging her.
I am not. She's sad.
Stop judging her!
I'm not judging. Look at her. Look.
You want to know what I see? An individual suffering from one of many psychological and or emotional ailments which may or may not be treated with risky pills, which may or may not cause side effects ranging from simple gas to sudden and violent brain hemorrhage.
No. It says so in the script. Joan was very sad.
You judge her one more time, you are out of cancel players.
Joan was an individual suffering from one of many psychological and or emotional ailments which may or may not be treatable with risky pills which may or may not cause side effects ranging from simple gas to sudden and violent brain hemorrhage.
That's better.
She had a good job and a good life, but something was missing.
What? Do I have to tell you?
Yes?
Do I really have to explain what was wrong with that statement?
Am I judging her again?
Because she's missing something? She's incomplete? Incomplete because she's a woman?
I didn't say that.
It was implied.
It was not. It's not even in the script.
Oh, please, I know all about subtext. Reading between the lines. She's a woman and that makes her incomplete. No, I suppose the next thing you'll say is that she needs a man in her life to complete her.
Of course not.
Don't deny.
I'm not denying anything. This has nothing to do with women needing men in their lives.
How do you know?
Because the author wrote the script about a man.
He what?
The only reason she's up there is because we didn't have another guy available to be in the skit.
So what does this mean? Joan's not good enough to get the part on her own merit? You're using her because you couldn't get a man?
All I'm saying is the thing that's missing has nothing to do with gender.
It better not. I'm watching you.
May I go on?
Proceed.
Well, then one day, Joan heard a friend talking about Jesus.
What?
You're not going to stop the skit?
Why would I do that?
Well, you know, because of Jesus.
Jesus was a historical figure. Everyone knows there was a Jesus. You can turn on CNN or Discovery or History Channel and learn about Jesus. Nothing offensive in that.
Really?
Absolutely not. He was a good man and, I suspect, a great carpenter.
All right then. Joan learned that Jesus died for her sins and that her only hope for salvation was to believe in him.
That's it. Skit's over. Everybody off the stage now.
In Ephesians 5:22, it says, "Wives, be subject to your husbands as you are to the Lord." And it continues to say, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." In this next piece, we're going to see a married couple that's going through a disagreement. But you realize in life, in any relationship you have, not just between a man and a wife, but between friends, siblings, anybody that you run into, you're not always going to get along. You're not always going to agree. But the idea is that you always put the other person before you so that you can submit to one each other and grow closer through disagreement. And when you make it all about winning, you find out that both of you end up losing. The next piece I give you is called The Wedding Ring.
Why don't you ever listen to me?
I do listen to you. I just don't like anything you have to say.
We always fight over this. Why is that?
Because you're stubborn.
I'm stubborn. What about you?
I'm not stubborn. I'm right.
Says who?
Because all my friends,
You've been talking to your friends about this?
at least they listen.
All right. Good, consistent jabs. Keep them coming. Don't let up. Wait till she's not looking, then pop.
I feel good. I feel loose. I'm gonna win this.
Good, that's what it's about. Winning. But if you're gonna win this, you're gonna have to change your strategy.
Change my strategy by doing what?
You're gonna have to fight dirty.
The comebacks are good. I like them. That comment about him spending all that money on fishing trips after he swung at you with that, your clothes are too expensive comment. You really had him going, but you let him get back into it.
I know. What should I do?
You're punting.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to aim a little lower.
Oh, what?
But that was in the past.
The past is still powerful. She won't be expecting it. Hit her with the right, the left, the uppercut.
I thought we resolved that.
No, nothing is resolved. Nothing can ever be resolved. Every mistake she made is ammunition for the future.
But he hates it when I compare him to my dad.
You have to make him feel like he's totally incompetent compared to the other men in your life. Come on, try it.
I wish...
Louder, with feeling.
I wish you were more like my father.
That's the fighter you come to know and love.
I don't know about old girlfriends.
You have to make her feel insecure. Once she thinks she's got you under her thumb, she's gonna hold you down and smother you.
Use very general statements like you always or you never. You have to make him feel totally incompetent or else he'll hold it over you.
He's not that bad.
He is now. This is war.
But if you really want to win,
There's the secret weapon.
What is it? The D word.
Let him have it. Aim low.
remember the past. Don't let her escape.
Tear down his dignity. Nag at him if you have to.
Shred her security. Let her know that you can go at any time.
Remember your secret weapon.
Do it! Do it! What are you doing? Don't do that!
You ruined everything.
All those years of training down the drain! What are you looking at?
Not much.
And now, I am pleased to present to you a sketch based on the parable of the sower. I give you feed and seed.
One day, Jesus told a story about a farmer and his corn.
What?
He said, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear."
That's corny.
That's worse.
So in other words, you need to heed the creed about feeding the seed.
There was a farmer
Howdy.
who went out to farm.
I don't want to be the farmer.
But you're always the farmer.
I know. I want to switch it up this time.
Okay, well, if you're the seed, you're gonna have to make the funny faces.
I know. I've been practicing.
Okay, begin.
There once was a farmer
Howdy.
who went out to...
Farm.
I know. That's my line. You say your lines.
Sorry. Howdy.
Whilst he was farming, some seed fell beside the road.
Fall down.
I don't want to fall down.
You said some seeds fell beside the road, so you're supposed to fall down.
Yeah, but this is my part now.
Fall down.
And then the seed was trampled underfoot.
These boots don't make for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
Okay, take the picture.
Are you thoroughly trampled yet?
Yes, I am.
And then the bird came,
Look out!
and they ate all the seed,
All of it?
and it was gone.
Gone?
Stolen.
Gone. And then the farmer
Howdy.
continued farming, and more seed fell.
To the rocky ground,
I hate the rocky ground.
where there was some soil, but not much.
And immediately it sprang up.
But
There's always a big but.
there was no depth of soil.
Are you saying I'm shallow?
Absolutely. And then the sun came out,
I've got sunshine.
and it got hot,
Sure is hot.
and hotter,
Yep, pretty hot.
and hotter.
Enough on the heat, will ya?
The seeds were scorched.
And they withered away. And then the farmer
Howdy.
continued farming, and more seed fell. You gotta stop doing that.
You asked for this part.
I know.
This time the seed fell among the thorns.
Oh,
And ever so silently the thorns grew up beside the seed.
and the seed didn't hardly notice the cute little thornies.
Until they started feeling his water,
Hey, that's my water.
and his nutrients,
Hey, those are my nutrients.
and his sunshine.
My sun.
And the thorns grew.
And the seed didn't.
And the thorns soon overshadowed the seed.
Uh-oh.
And then the thorns,
Kissed the seed nicely on the cheek.
nope, they choked the seed out.
You could have just kissed me.
In front of all these people,
They wouldn't have cared.
you can't condemn the story. It's the Bible.
Oh, yeah. And then the farmer
Howdy.
continued farming. Aren't you tired yet?
Just say your line.
And more seed fell.
Softly to the ground.
Just the way it should be done.
This seed fell into good soil.
Good soil.
And the seed grew deep, deep roots.
I have deep roots.
With plenty of room to grow.
Elbow room. Root room.
Plenty of rain and sunshine.
This is nice.
And no distractions. And the seed grew, and grew, and grew, and produced a crop 30, 60, 100 times the original.
Incredible. Thank you very much.
The farmer sows the word of God.
That is plain to see.
The heart is the soil in which he sows.
Which heart will you be?
A hard heart that lets Satan in.
And steals the word away?
A shallow heart where the word is starved.
Can't live from day to day?
A divided heart where the word is choked.
Competing for each breath?
If we have a heart like any of these,
We'll never know God's best.
but there's a heart that is full of life.
A way that is sure to please.
An open heart where the word can live.
And grow and
And
plant
plant
more
more.
seed.
In the book of John, Jesus is talking to his disciples, and he said, "If you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." In the world we live in, it's easy to accept what we want our lives to be as the truth, like what we want to be right and wrong as the truth. But when everyone is living by their own truth, there's no unity between us, and we can't live freely with one another. And so God has given us His Word, His truth, so that we can be set free. The next piece I give you is called the Truth Mantra.
Are you ready to begin?
I'm not so sure about this.
Trust me, it'll help, really.
All right. What did you say this thing is called again?
It's called the Truth Mantra. Now, repeat after me. No. What's true for you is true for you.
What's true for you is true for you.
What's true for me is true for me.
What's weird for you is weird for me. What's true for me is true for me.
We make up truth,
We make up truth.
and then we're free.
And then we're free.
There. Now, don't you feel better?
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How is that supposed to help?
Listen, you've been plagued with guilt all your life for these things you shouldn't have done or shouldn't have said. But you shouldn't say things like that. The one thing you need to understand is that truth doesn't exist.
So what shouldn't I say?
Shouldn't.
In thinking that there's right and wrong is wrong?
Right.
The truth is there is no truth?
Exactly.
There's no such thing as absolute truth?
That's right.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know your truth mantra is true?
Well, truth depends on what you believe. And I believe it's true, therefore it is.
I thought some things were true regardless of what you believe.
You see, that's your problem right there. Once you grasp the truth of the truth mantra, your eyes will be opened to the falsehood of truth.
Wait a minute. Am I on candid camera?
No, listen, you just need to set aside your doubts and trust that I'm right.
Because it's true for you.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think you're right.
Well, now you're just being intolerant. And I'm afraid that's just not acceptable.
Let me get this straight. Saying that something is true is intolerant?
That's right.
Because the only thing that's true is that nothing is true.
Exactly.
And the only thing that's not tolerated is intolerance?
Now you're catching on.
I have no idea what I just said.
Well, should we run through the truth mantra one more time for today?
I guess, but I don't think it has any truth to it.
That's okay. If you repeat it to yourself often enough, you'll start to believe it. And that's what really counts. Okay, here we go.
Ow.
What's true for you is true for you.
What's true for you is true for you.
What's true for me is true for me.
What's true for me is... Wait a minute. By trying to get me to believe in your truth mantra, aren't you saying that it's true for me?
Of course.
So what you're really saying is what's true for you is true for me.
No way. I would never impose my truth on you like that.
Oh. So it boils down to this. I get to decide what's true and what isn't.
That's right.
All right. I say absolute truth exists.
Great. It exists for you.
And everything I believe is right.
See, isn't this better than feeling guilty all the time?
Therefore, I'm never wrong.
Now you're getting the hang of it.
And because of that, everyone who disagrees with me is wrong.
Wait a minute.
1 + 1 no longer equals 2. I have X-ray vision. I can walk through walls. Gravity doesn't affect me. I will never grow old. And everything you own is now mine. I win, I win.
Wait a minute. You can't do that.
Do what?
Change the laws of gravity and time and space and take my stuff.
Why not? I say what's true for me is true for everyone.
Well, now you're confusing me.
Then we're even. This has been absolutely the stupidest conversation I've ever had in my entire life. You don't make up truth. That's why it's called truth. The only thing you get to decide is how you're going to respond to it. And I've decided how I'm going to respond to you and your truth mantra.
How's that?
I'm going home.
Well, then you'll still have all that guilt.
Lying to yourself about the world doesn't change the world. I'd rather feel guilty than know I'm living a lie. See you later, Steve.
What's true for you is true for you. What's true for me is true for me. We make up truth, and then we're free. James chapter 1, 13 through 15. Let no one say when he is tempted, I'm being tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one. But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire. Then desire, when it has conceived, gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is fully grown, brings forth death. I give to you the big, red, candy-like button.
Turn up! Right base! At ease, troops! Not that much. I don't have to tell you how important this mission is. You two have been specially trained and instructed for this assignment. The fate of the free world rests on your shoulders alone for the next 8 hours, and all you have to do is guard this big, shiny, red, candy-like button which I ask you to please, seriously, stay away from. from?
We know how important this is, Sarge.
Do you really know what's at stake here?
You just said the fate of the free world.
That's right. The free world depends on you not letting anybody press that button. Got it?
Got it.
Sarge,
Yes.
suppose one of us wanted to press the button. Can we press the button?
No. Absolutely not.
Not ever.
Not ever.
So no one can never ever push that button under any circumstances ever.
Well, that's not entirely true. The button was made for a reason, and one day it will be pressed.
Really?
But as for now, no one, absolutely no one is allowed to press that button. Got it?
Clear as glass, Sarge.
Yep, we're on the job.
Good. I'll see you with your replacement shift in 8 hours.
Man, is he uptight.
Well, he just wants to see us do a good job.
Well, he could cut us a little slack. I mean, it's not like we're complete idiots or anything, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So, that's the red button. Sure is shiny, huh?
Yep, I noticed that myself.
And candy-like. You know, I thought they were just saying that, but it really looks sweet.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just having a look.
Well, didn't you hear the Sarge? We're not supposed to go near the button.
No, we're not supposed to press the button. There is a difference.
I don't think you should be so close.
Why? What are you afraid of?
Well, I don't know. Something could happen.
Uh-oh. Sounds like someone's a little chicken.
I'm not chicken. I just don't think it's wise to play around with
What's
it.
the matter? Are you nervous about the button?
Cut it out, Scar.
Oh, my hand is over the button.
Seriously, get away from there.
Don't be such a baby. I'm not touching the button.
Well, you still shouldn't be so close.
Says who?
Since, I don't know, common sense.
Okay. Would it make you feel better if I stood over here? How about way over here?
That's better.
Really? Well, what's the difference between me standing way over here or right here?
You're farther away from trouble back where you were.
But I'm not touching the button. As long as I don't touch the button, why does it matter where I stand?
Because the closer you are, the more likely you are to get into trouble.
Okay, is that what you're afraid of? You don't want me to get into trouble, so I should stand way far back.
Well, that would probably be smarter.
You're no fun.
What?
You're so afraid of the big red button. You're no fun.
I'm not afraid of the big red button.
Then prove it.
I don't have to prove anything to you.
You're afraid of the button.
I am not. I am not. I am not. I am not. I tell you. Look at me. I'm waving my hands over the button. See, I can do it too, but I choose not.
Because you're afraid.
Because we're not supposed to press the button. Oh my gosh! What have I done?
You pressed the button.
You tricked me into it.
I did not. You were the one showing off.
Well, you were showing off first. Scarlett, do you know what happens when you press the button?
No. I'm afraid we're gonna find out. Are any of you familiar with that song from Bye Bye Birdie that goes da-da-da-da-da-da, put on a happy face? Anyone? Okay, I get some nods in there. Put on a happy face. I feel like there are several times in our lives where that's exactly what we do, is go out and put on the face, the happy face. And I know, like personally for me, there are several times where it's Sunday morning and the last thing I want to do is go to church, or the last thing I want to do is go to Sunday school or to Bible study. And so I'm kind of having this awful morning, and I go and I put on the face, you know, hey, I love Jesus. But it's really important as we go throughout our lives to remember that, we really need to consider really trying and working hard to be Christ and to show that at any point in our lives, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, because we never know if we're going to be affecting the people around us because of our attitude and what we are doing. So in this next piece, we're going to see a family who are kind of in that Sunday morning situation and see if maybe that they can learn to remember to keep that kind of attitude throughout the day. I give you Special Sunday.
That old beetle belly, he's something else. Betty Lynn, get a move on, honey. Church starts in just a few minutes.
I'm going as fast as I can, dear.
Honestly, why does it take a woman 5 hours to get ready to do anything? What, Josh? Super glue? Well, sure, come on over here, Bubba. And there you go. There's the super glue. Now, let's take a look at the far side. That Larson, he's a geek. That's what he is, a pencil-necked geek. What, Jamie? What? Well, I don't know. Go ask your mother. Can't you see I'm busy here? Betty Lynn, come on, honey. We've got to go to church right now.
I'm sorry, JD. I have just been wasting the morning doing unimportant things like fixing breakfast for 4 people, dressing Josh, dressing Jamie, trying to get myself ready with 2 kids hanging all over me. I haven't been doing the important things like you have, like reading the comics and sipping coffee.
Okay, Betty Lynn, you've made your point. You're overworked and underpaid. But the big question is, are you ready for church?
I suppose. Come on, kids, give me... Josh, what have you gotten all over you? Super glue, where did you get the super glue? JD, his hands are stuck together. What? I haven't seen anything like this in my whole life. What are we to do?
Well, come on over here, Bubba. Come on, and don't cry. Don't cry now. It's going to be okay. Come on now.
Oh, JD, you're hurting him.
Well, he looks fine that way. Sort of like he's praying. Listen, either we leave for church now or we don't go at all.
All right. Come on, kids. Come here. Hands.
Betty Lynn, have you seen my car keys?
Why should I have your car keys? Go check on the dining room table.
Just asking if you've seen the keys. Didn't mean to start a federal investigation.
I'm sorry, Josh. You'll have to get your hands unstuck when we get home from church. Yes, you can still color the coloring book picture with your elbows and your knees or something. Jamie, get out from underneath that car this minute. There's bricks under there. Get your pretty Sunday dress all messed up.
All right, here are the keys. Here are the keys. They were on the kitchen counter. Now, come on and get in the car, kids. Come on and get in here, Josh. Look at this. 5 to 11. I said 5 to 11. Church starts at 11. You know what amazes me? You know what really amazes me? How you can go meet Mary or meet your mother for lunch and always manage to be right on time. But if it's something important, or if you're meeting me, you always manage to be 30 minutes late.
Well, you know what I find fascinating is that a senior engineer who spends his week overseeing the construction of millions of dollars worth of equipment can manage to lose his car keys, or his wallet, or his glasses.
Well, Joshua, will you stop karate chopping your sister back there? Well, maybe I'd be able to keep track of those things at the house when such a zoo all the time. No, Jamie, we're not going to the zoo. We're going to church.
Well, that's funny, because the zoo seems to function just fine until the big bear can come from work every day.
Oh, the big bear, huh? The big bear, huh? Well, you know what? Will you take care of those kids? I'm trying to drive up here.
You two listen up right now. Josh, pull your arms over your shoulders and through your legs. Jamie, help untangle your brother. No, he's not praying. His hands are stuck together. See what you started? Praying.
Oh, the big bear, huh? The big bear, huh? I knew it. I knew this whole thing was going to wind up being my fault one way or the other.
Oh, please.
You know what you're acting like, don't you? I said you know what you're acting like, don't you?
Oh, I would love to hear.
Just like your mother.
I am not acting like my mother.
Just like your mother, always blaming everything on your father, never taking no responsibility for nothing.
Never taking responsibility
Can't we ever have just a normal conversation without you winding up in a quivering mess of nerves and tears?
I never can talk to you. You never listen to me.
Never. Isn't that exactly what the counselor said we shouldn't do? Say never? Oh, I never listen to you. I never talk to you.
You have the emotions of a brick wall.
Oh, there you go again, making everything my fault. You know, I'm going to work 5 days.
No.
Well, I'm going to know. I'm going to be like, here we go. You know, we're not 5 minutes.
No, I can't afford that.
Where we go?
Oh, hi.
Hello, Dave, Alice. Come on, kids. It's time for church.
The last piece that we have for you today is based on Matthew 25, starting in verse 35. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. Now, oftentimes, when we think about, coming to church and, putting on that happy face, we think it's just for our benefit. Who really cares? I'm just gonna, be a Christian when I'm at church and my youth group, and, that's my life, it's my priorities, right? Well, the truth is, we can be affecting so many people, whether we're at school, at work, on the playground with our kids, in the grocery store. We just don't know who we're having an impact on, and who's looking at us to see the Christian faith and see the Christian God. And so that's why it's so important for us to have Christ in our hearts, and to have that character in us. And in this next piece, we'll see several individuals who are impacted and changed because of the character from Christians. So let's see how that turns out. This piece is called Quiet Angels.
Hello, my name is Marvin Allen Johnson. I've lived on this earth for 63 years and I've been running the store for about 44 of those. Now, I hadn't always wanted to run it, mind you. Sure, I used to help my dad stock the shelves and work the books, but I really had higher hopes than owning a mom-and-pop grocery. God kind of threw a wrench into things, though, when he took my dad up to see him. I was 19 at the time, and with a mom and a sister to support, this place was our only real hope. So here I am, stocking, cleaning, reading the occasional comic book, and waiting for God to use me in some big way.
My name is Lisa Watkins. I'm 29 years old, and I've been raising my son Ray for 8 of those. Being a single mom hasn't been easy. I work all day for a small law firm, make a commute both ways through tons of traffic. I get home just in time to pay the sitter, then start dinner before running out of steam and crashing on the couch. But when I see Ray's face and he smiles and he runs to hug me, I know that it's all worthwhile. We were at the store the other day, just buying a few small things for the weekend, when Ray ran up to me with a coloring book and crayons. Can we get these, Mommy? He asked. And I said, not today, sweetie. We don't have money for playthings right now. Then I remember I looked into the eyes of the old man behind the counter, and I saw him smile just a little before we had turned away. That night, as we unpacked our groceries, I saw 2 new coloring books and a shiny box of crayons. Attached to the box was 2 lollipops and a note that read, God bless you. That night, I thanked God for Mr. Johnson.
My name is Francis Portelli III, but you can call me Frank. I was born 45 years ago in New York. Moved out west with my parents when I was 10. Been here ever since. I don't know what made me want to become a tow truck driver. I mean, I've always loved cars and stuff, but a tow truck driver? But here I am, driving my rig, happy as a clam. I think the thing for me is being able to come home to a loving wife and 2 strapping sons and tell them stories about the people I've helped today. I love my job. I love my family. God has truly blessed me. I hope someday I'm able to pay him back.
My name is Roger Wilson. I've lived in LA since I was born 32 years ago. I've been a lawyer for the past 9 years. I was valedictorian of my high school, graduated top 1% in college, and now earn healthy living as a criminal lawyer. Unfortunately, with all my success, I still haven't failed at finding any real happiness. I mean, I have a great girlfriend, a great condo, a great golf swing, and a great car. That is, until last Monday, when she decided to throw a timing belt on the highway. I don't even know what a timing belt does. So this guy's picking me up, right? Hooking my car up to his truck when he asks me to tell him a bit about myself. I looked at him wanting to say, look, Frank, it's really none of your business. But instead, I began telling him about everything. My job, my girlfriend, my life. I even told him how unhappy I was. And then he smiled. This total stranger, this tow truck guy, and I'm telling him my life story, and he smiles. So I started to get angry and I said, so tell me, Frank, because obviously you know the key to happiness. And then he looked at me and smiled. As a matter of fact, I do.
My name is Jan Ewing. I'm 39 years old and I've been happily married for 18 of those. I have a wonderful husband and 2 beautiful daughters. It's not always easy managing my job, our friends, raising 2 teenage girls. We've compensated for some things. We got a second phone line, a 3rd bathroom, but I still can't help but feel like I'm falling a little short when it comes to parenting. I mean, I'm doing the best that I can, but I just don't feel like I'm having an impact. I guess all I can do is pray that God will take care of them.
My name is Elizabeth Ewing. I'm 17. Being a teenager isn't easy. Life is just so confusing sometimes. I even confuse myself. I want my parents to let me grow up, but sometimes I wish I could just stay a kid. I want to make my own decisions, but sometimes I just want my parents' advice. I want to be left alone, but I just want to be loved. See what I mean? Sometimes I feel that my parents don't understand. It's not that they're stupid or out of touch. They just don't get it sometimes. It's times like that that are the worst. It's times like that make me forget how much my parents love me. Until last night, that is. I was walking past my parents' bedroom, and I saw my mom on her knees praying that God would watch over my sister and me. Maybe God can bridge the gap between the 2 of us.
So many people praying to be used in major ways by God.
But God only calls a few of us to be pastors.
Or missionaries.
Or a senator. Or a president.
Truth is, God calls us all.
But it's quiet angels that will make the real difference.
We would like to close out this morning with a song. And what we would like for you to take away from this is that through all the truths that the world has to throw at you, there is only one real truth, and that is Jesus. And as his followers, we need to mirror his actions and his love to those around us. This song is called Prince of Peace.